Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr. is stepping into the role of razzle-dazzle lawyer Billy Flynn in Broadway's record-breaking Tony Award-winning musical Chicago from October 6th through November 18th. And I caught up with Cuba here at the Lambs Club to chat about Chicago and his latest film, Bayou Caviar. So you're about to return to Broadway and you're coming as Billy Flynn in Chicago. How excited are you?
Too excited. Over the moon excited. I mean, the last time I was on Broadway for the first time was 2013 with Cecily Tyson and Vanessa Williams, and now I'm doing a musical that's been on stage for 20 some odd years with an orchestra behind me. I mean, it's like when I stepped on that stage, on the West End stage, the first time at the Phoenix Theater where Sir Laurence Olivier stood, I could feel the energy, like you say, in the boards, just emanating up from the floor up through my body and, you know, propelling each performance. And now I get to do it on Broadway, and it's just a magical experience.
There's nothing like doing a musical. So tell me, like in London, what do you remember about that first performance on stage, singing Candor and Ebb?
Well, scared to death. I was scared to death, and it was like, you know, that old phrase, in himself, whatever, well, it physically would happen every show. I'd have to hit the bathroom because my mind would lose and my body would just release. And I think the first time I hit those first few notes, on All I Care About Is Love, and you could see you can almost hear the audience go, oh, okay, all right, we're fine, you know, and then that becomes a drug, you know, and as you sing and you're dancing and the dancers with the fans are going around you like this, it's just, the energy's just propelling each show. With Trip to Bountiful, it was an emotional release, so after a while it started to bear on your psyche and it got really, really heavy, but with this, the opposite would happen. You would get energized every performance.
Okay, let's just talk about doing a musical. Growing up, when did you realize you could sing?
You know, I was always, as a kid, told, no, you're not a singer, you're a dancer, so I never even attempted until I became an adult. And when my agents called and said that Barry Weissler had offered me Chicago on the West End stage, I said, well, I can't pass on it. So I went with Eric Vitreau, who's a vocal coach in LA, and worked with him for about 2 months. And when I got to London that month of March, it all clicked. Everything clicked for me, and I think that was the first time that I realized that I could do it. It literally, you know, 3 weeks prior to our first preview was when I finally got the confidence. But that nervousness really never leaves you. I mean, I've always, you feel nervous. They say if you're not nervous, you're not trying hard enough. But to sing and dance and act in that one performance was something that really horrified me until I actually got on that stage and felt at home.
Okay, let's just talk about Billy Flynn. What a great role. What's it like playing him?
Oh, you know, the closest I feel to playing Billy Flynn reminded me of Rod Tidwell and Jerry Maguire, because they're both charismatic, boisterous, manipulators, you know, and Billy Flynn even more so, because the dialogue is just so rapid, but yet it's so connecting, and you feel the love that he has, not only for what he does, but for the people that he's helping out, you know, these women. You feel that love through the banter, and there's a relationship that is created there with the Roxy character and the Velma character, and it's just such a magical thing to portray.
And what you love about this musical, like I told you, Candor and Ebb, my favorites.
The music. It's just straight to music. All I care about is love, razzle dazzle. We both reach for the gun, that last note that you just hit and you go for, you know. It's you know, and the cellophane, that whole number with cellophane, and then Mama Morton and Velma, when they, you know, you only have yourself as a best friend, you know. These are the melodies that propel the show, even without words. You don't even need a lot of dialogue. The songs will tell the story.
Now, are you back in rehearsal here for Broadway?
Not yet. Not yet, but gonna be in about a week here, a week's time.
How exciting is that?
So exciting, and I can't tell you, to just be able to step on stage. My mom didn't get to make it to London, so she's coming to Broadway, and it's gonna be that emotional experience I can't wait for.
You are so busy. Talk about your new film.
my first directorial debut with a film that I co-wrote, starring myself and Richard Dreyfuss and Famke Janssen. I tell people all the time I'd rather direct than act now. It's one of those things where, you know, as an actor, there's this bit of insecurity because you create this character and you surrender it to the director and you hope that they interpret what you want them to. But as a director, you get not only to manipulate your performance, but everyone else around you. It's like, and it's this drug that you get because now it's literally your ability to tell a story that actually gets to the audience in the way that you had envisioned it. And it's been a kick in the pants, and you know, it's one of those, again, another life-changing experience for me in my career.
For young aspiring directors who'd like to step into your shoes to direct a film, what's the best advice you would give to them?
Like I say to my sons who are 21 and 23, write. Write, write, write. Because the one thing on the set, they're gonna ask you every question you can think of, and if you don't have the answers, not only will it halt production, but it'll make them feel insecure. And the more confidence you have in decision making, the more confidence they'll have in their departments. And you the director has to be the #1 problem solver. And I feel that I'm a collaborative director, and I have, with my first production, a crew of people we shot in New Orleans and Louisiana, and there's so much love for cinema in that community of filmmakers, and I think we made something special.
That's beautiful. You know, many people will be coming to see you in Chicago because of your notoriety, of your stardom and everything you've done on film and television, and you're going to enter them into that world of theater, and it's going to change them forever. What that means to you?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. You think any role, if you can find a bit of truth in it that affects someone's life, then you've done your job. And what better way to do that is in front of that audience on that Broadway stage.
You're about to return to Broadway. What are you looking forward to the most? There's nothing like it.
Those musical numbers, singing in front of that audience. You know, it's funny because people asked me when I was in London, what's the difference with the London audience with Broadway? And I said, well, I haven't sang in front of the Broadway audience yet, but there's an energy that Manhattan has like no other city in the world, and I can't wait to experience that.
Like when you walk by and see the marquee and your name up there.
Oh. Magical. You know, it's certain feathers you get thrown in your hat, winning the Academy Award, working with co-stars like Jack Nicholson, and you know, the list goes on and on, to stepping on that Broadway stage in a musical. Again, big feather.
The very best. Congratulations, my friend.